Great.
Right. All right. Beautiful, beautiful. Habagani. Thank you all for tuning in to our international Kwanzaa. It's a beautiful day, and hopefully you all are in for an amazing treat. My name is Haki Ami, the Success Scholar. I'm here from Tubman City, Maryland, which is called Baltimore. And this Kwanzaa is being brought to you by the Teaching Artists Institute. And I would encourage you first and foremost to go to our Teaching Artists Institute Facebook page and like and share this, as well as other amazing things that the Teaching Artists Institute has been a part of. So, of course, today is our second day of Kwanzaa, and we're going to have our amazing day with several speakers. Of course, King Teasdale will open up for us, and then we have Sister Maryam, myself for a few minutes, and we have a live performance from a Zambia group called the Umo Koshi Cultural Ensemble. So, without further ado, we're going to get started with allowing and having our brother King Teasdale from Tubman City, Baltimore, the opportunity to open up with libations.
Energy we are, and to energy we shall return when we depart from this, which returns to dust. I bring you greetings, love, and the vibrations of life, as I am King Obadele, giver and receiver of a deeper wisdom. I honor the divine in you and those who have gone before us, our ancestors, and those not yet actualized, which are those who return to bless us with their energy, as energy is cyclic, meaning that all things are one. We give thanks and honor for this celebration of the Nguzu Saba, which started yesterday with Umoja, being unity. And unity is an extremely important conceptualization of which we are still striving in our being to become complete within the understanding. With that, we bring the sound vibration of love, which is 528 hertz, of which we are grateful. Kujichagulia is our celebration of today, which is self-determination. Self-determination in the unification of the one is to bring the wholeness of the energy of motivation to that place of determination of one's own fate or course of action without force compulsion. What are we speaking of? We are speaking of free will. What are we speaking of? We are speaking of the essence of free will that comes as the freedom of choice that can only be constructed by the power of choice, which is your own outright by the divine authority of being, the individualized expression of life. Those who have gone before us, we honor them. They are our ancestors, of which we stand on the strength that brought them, that brings us, that will catapult us into a beauty of the future that we must come to recognize that the power is in the power of choice to create our own reality. We use water to symbolize purity, which is also a symbol of productivity and growth. We give honor to the source of all creation, the unified field of which all lives in, moves, and has its being, as Ola Damare, who goes by many names, of which we say Ashe. We give honor, thanks, and privileged appreciation to those who sit at the feet of the Almighty, who goes by many names, our Obasun, the Orishas, of which we say Ashe. We give honor, thanks, and appreciation and gratitude for those who are buried in the soil of Africa, the motherland, of which all creation has come forth from, in this physical realm, of which we say Ashe.
Ashe.
We give honor, appreciation, thanks, and gratitude to all of those who have suffered the great Mayafa, the slave trade, chattel slavery, and the atrocities that was imposed upon those who we are linked to, of which we ask forgiveness and gratitude for their presence and the vibration of life, of which we say Ashe.
Ashe.
At this time, we now honor those of whom you are connected by blood, those of which you desire to honor, of which we call their names now. Nehemiah Teasdale, my father, I say Ashe. Papa Johnny Jenkins, I say Ashe.
Willamette Lafayette.
Ashe.
Dr. Francis Cress Wilson.
Ashe.
Dorothy Pettaway,
Ashe.
Harriet Tubman,
Ashe.
Ida B. Wells,
Ashe.
Sharon Ellaby,
Ashe.
Sandra
Journey
Cole.
Cruz,
Ashe. The
Fannie
great heroes
Blue
and sheroes can be included in this as we speak, as we can continue. Ashe.
Ashe.
Marcus Mose Gavi. Ashe.
Dr. John Clark.
Ashe.
Valerie
Chancellor
Williams.
Williams.
Ashe.
Yas
Dr.
Hunter,
Dale.
Ashe.
Ananda Cross.
Ashe.
Queen Ty, Nefertiti,
Ashe.
Hatshepsut,
Queen Nani.
Ashe. And those not mentioned but not forgotten, we say Ashe.
Ashe,
Hey.
Those Not yet born, we say Ashe.
Ashe,
Those awaiting justice, we say Ashe.
Ashe,
And those who have recently transitioned, of which this year, 2020, has been difficult for most and many. We have a moment of silence because of love and our connection to love, which is the aspect of the unified field, because all things are spiritual. Whether you believe or not, is not required. What is necessary is to understand that it is. But in the believing, we manifest a power beyond anything possibly imagined, for the divine operation is for expansion and full expression, which means the production of something that has not gone before, something entirely new, not included in our past experience, but proceeding out of it by an orderly sequence of growth. What I mean by that is, when there is that which has deteriorated of our past, there is that which is the detritus of that which we are grateful has once happened, but we need not bring the negative with us, as we are now in the place of positive growth and development in our consciousness of mind. So determination is that which is within you. And that which is within you needs to be expressed outwardly, so that we will have the unification that is required in order to be the nation which we have already been called to be. And self-determination, Kujichagulia, is one of the greatest attributes of which we are grateful, of which we say Ashe, Ashe,
Ashe.
Ashe.
Ashe-yo.
Ashe-yo.
Those who are with us,
Right.
you desire, you can feel free to go to www.kingsphilosophy.org. There you can find the ebook that has been recently written and released, called The Power of Choice, Path of Divine Royalty to Conquer Darkness. This is the crux of what self-determination is about. For once you recognize the truth that the only power any human has is the power to choose, then you will recognize for it never to be taken away from you. Otupwe.
All right, all right. Thank you, my brother King Teasdale. We appreciate that, as you always do for us, bringing the ancestors in for us so that they can watch over us. And so now we will move on, and I have the opportunity to introduce a phenomenal young sister from the Netherlands by the way of Tanzania. She is one of the global sheroes of Europe and the CEO founder of Be Swahili in Tanzania. That is a resort that you all, when we go back to Tanzania, we're gonna support the sister as we did this time and enjoy our stay at Be Swahili and all the other amazing things that she's doing with the land that she has there, and tourism and other opportunities in Bagamoyo, Tanzania. So let's bring her up, Sister Mariam Mbegu, right? That's same name as your dad, right?
Yes, thank you, Brother
Okay,
Haki.
thank you,
Yes,
thank you.
my name is Mariam Mwinyembegu,
Thank you.
loosely translated in English as Master of Seeds. And I love my name, and I represent my name well, I like to believe. Yes, I'm the CEO and founder of Be Swahili. We promote tourism management by the locals, for the locals, So I'm part of the movement to take over tourism for Africans, mainly for Tanzanians right now. That's my homeland, and I've started that. And I'm quite happy. We've been blessed. We're doing well. It was a great year, even though with Corona, we had some progress. But today I would like to talk about our main topic, our second candle today in the Kwanzaa festival, which is the topic of Kujichagulia. Yeah, as a Swahili speaker, for me, you don't need to translate that. I know exactly what it means. Kujichagulia for me speaks first as in freedom of speech. So the right to speak up, the right to choice. And I think the best way for me to explain that to you is to tell you a little folk Swahili story. It's a story that's been told to me once by my great grandmother. It's a story of it's a story within a story. So once I start telling it, it's important that you focus. But the message is all about self-determination, freedom of choice, freedom of speech. A story within a story, which means I'm gonna tell you one story, and then in the story, I'm gonna tell you another story, but they all come together as one. And as a teacher, I know this sometimes can get confusing, but it's very, very sweet story. So the story is called The Washerman's Donkey. So there was once a friendship, a great friendship in the great jungles of Africa between a monkey and a shark. Now, this is a very unlikely relationship. And as I tell the story, try not to see the story just between the animal and the animal's kingdoms. This story is very symbolic. Try and see if you can find who is the monkey in the reality that we live in now, and who is the shark. And later the donkey and the lion will come in. So there was once a great friendship between a monkey and a shark. Now, monkey lived on a tree, and living on a tree as a land animal, he had great access to fruits, vegetables that the shark was not able to get to, but still needed as part of his diet. So he formed a friendship with the monkey and used the monkey to get the fruit to him and his kingdom. And this friendship worked for a while, up until one day when the shark invited the monkey to his kingdom. He said, "Shark, you've been such a great friend. And as a great friend, I've always come to your place, but you've never seen where I lived. So today I would like you to invite you to my kingdom." And monkey was like, "Okay, that's all great, but I'm a land animal. I can't be seen underwater. I can't breathe underwater." Shark said, "Don't worry, I got you. I'm gonna put you on my back and no drop of water will touch you. So just come with me. But today is the day I wanna treat you. I'm gonna take you to my kingdom and show you the riches of our kingdom." Monkey was like, "Okay, you know, it's rude to not take an offer for dinner." So he went along, and halfway through the journey, Shark says, "Look, man, monkey, I have to confess to you, you're not going to my place for a feast. You are the feast. Our sultan is very sick, and the only thing that can cure him is the heart of a monkey. And you're it. You're the only monkey I know. And that's why I'm taking you to our kingdom." A monkey thought, okay, this guy got me good. But as we all know, in the African kingdom, the monkey is the smartest animal there is. It's very, very difficult to outwit him. So once again, he thought quick on his feet and he said to the shark, "Oh, my dear friend monkey, my dear friend shark, you should have told me before we left my tree, because now you're about to be disappointed once you bring me to your kingdom." And Shark was confused. Why would I be disappointed? Monkey explained, "Well, obviously you don't know, but us monkeys, we never leave with our hearts with us. We always leave our hearts on the trees. for safety. You know, you never know what happens out there. So we always keep our hearts on the trees. Now you just invited me, you took me from my tree and didn't tell me that you were in need of my heart. And now we're halfway here in the ocean and you're taking me to your place. They're expecting a monkey heart and I don't have it. But Monkey said, well, you know, we are halfway. We can't turn around now. So we might just as go and you guys can eat me, cut me open, and you will see there's no heart. So, you know, it's going to be all lost to you. Shark was like, no, let's go back and get your heart. Let's go back. You know, I can't disappoint and our king really needs your heart. So Shark was convinced and they went back to land. And Monkey, once they got there, said, okay, wait, my friend, wait right here. I'm just going to go up my tree, get my heart, and I'll be right back. Monkey went up the tree and he never returned. He stayed there for such a long time that Shark started screaming and shouting after him, hey, friend, where are you? Come back. And Monkey peeked out of his tree and he said, dude, I'm not coming back. And he said, why not? I said, what? You took me for a fool. You don't think that I know you want to kill me? What kind of fool will I be to come back with you so that you can kill me? My heart is with me on my chest all the time, and I'm not coming down. So that's that. And the shark was like, oh man, you know, I didn't expect you to lie to me and deceive me this way. I said, no, you deceived me first. You know, you thought you could make a donkey out of me. And shark was confused. Donkey out of you? I said, yeah, don't you know the story of the donkey? Or what donkey? The washerman's donkey. Or what happened to him? Well, there was once a great friendship between a hare and a lion. And lion was sick and weak and he couldn't hunt. So he asked his friend the hare to go and fetch food for him. And hare said, I've got this good friend of mine called Donkey. So I'll get him to you. And when he gets here, you can just grab him and eat him. So this is what the hare did, went to the donkey and the hare lied to the donkey. The hare said to the donkey that the lion, the king of the jungle, wanted to marry her and she was the chosen one to be the next queen. Donkey believed this and went to the lion den. And once she got there, the first thing the lion did is try and grab her by the neck. Luckily, the lion was too weak and the donkey got away. The next day, the hare came and said, hey, my friend, are you feeling better? Did you eat the donkey? And he's like, no, man, you know, I'm too weak still and she was too fast. So the hare said, don't worry, I'll go and get her back again. The hare went for the second time to the donkey. He said, what happened? What happened to the wedding? And the donkey was like, no, he wanted to eat me. He wasn't trying to marry me. And the hare said to the donkey, no, you fool, you donkey. That's how lions show their affection. You know, they scratch you a little bit and lick you all over. That's how lions show their love. You shouldn't be afraid of that. Just lie down and relax. He'll take care of you. Now let's go back. So the donkey went back for the second time. This time the lion was stronger. And with one grip, the lion tore the donkey in two and she died immediately. The lion had only one wish. He said to the hare, you can have all the meat that you want. We will share the meat, but you must give me the heart and the brain of the donkey. So the hare took the donkey and went to have it prepared. And when he came back, he didn't have the heart and the brain. And the lion was like, where's my heart and the brain? And the hare said, listen, lion, if this donkey had a brain, do you think it would have returned here 2 times to be eaten? She figured out the first time he tried to eat it, and she still came back a second time. And if it really had a heart, do you really think she would have been the one to be falling in love with a dangerous creature like you? Obviously, she had no brain and no heart. And now the monkey comes by, and that is what happened to the donkey. She had no brain and no heart. I have a brain and I have a heart. And I know, my brain tells me, you are no friend of mine if you're trying to eat me. Now, this story is supposed to teach us that the monkey and the tree, and the point that the monkey said that I leave my heart up the tree. These are the African children who have a great mind and a great heart. Our heart is always open to help others. We are always there to share our riches, to share our fruits with the great sharks of the great oceans. But it doesn't mean that our hearts are the rulers of our nation. We have a great mind, just like the monkey. We are quick thinkers, we are innovative. And just like the monkey, we can think real quick on our feet. So we shouldn't be victims like the donkey and the washerman's donkey. We should be like the monkey and take charge of our own destination. You determine what happens to your future, even if you're caught in a sticky situation like we are now. We can't change what happened in the past, but we can change now. We have to be awake right now. We have to be conscious of the choices we make, of the friendships we create. Not every great power from the ocean is a great friend for our interest. Not every great power from the jungle is a good friend. So be wise with the choices that you make. So kujichagulia, chagua, that's the Swahili word, chagua, to choose. Chagua friends that are good for your development, for your movement forward, not to keep you in the tree or to keep you in the den or to keep you as a donkey. Choose friends that make you grow. And that is the moral of the story of the washerman's donkey. That's me.
Ashe.
All right. Beautiful.
Back to you,
beautiful.
Haki.
Mariam, somebody asked, what's the name of that story? Or did you answer that?
No, I didn't see it. Sorry, I was so into the story.
Yes.
The name of the story is The Washerman's Donkey. Washerman's Donkey.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, all right. All right, so now I want you all to continue to stay in. I'm gonna say a few words, but we're gonna have a video, a short video. It's called The Black Candle, which was narrated by Dr. Maya Angelou. And it's a brief story about Kwanzaa. The professor, this is the son of Dr. Malifi Asante. And so it talks about Kwanzaa. So it's just a 2.5 minute clip. So I want you all to enjoy it. And I'm gonna say a few words after that. And then we're gonna go on to hopefully to our Zambian ensemble dance ensemble. Thank you. Having trouble hearing. Having trouble hearing.
A self-determination. We determined that this was good for us. We determined that we were going to celebrate it.
Okay. I'm understanding there's no sound. We're going to start again. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear. Let's start again with sound. Give a thumbs up if you can hear. A shake, a
young
thumbs
women,
up. Can you hear?
Young men of color, Come up from the gloom of national neglect. You have already been paid for. Come out of the shadow of irrational prejudices. You owe no racial debt to history. The blood of our bodies and the prayers of our souls have bought for you a future without shame, bright beyond the telling of.
Kwanzaa means access. It means access to your soul. It means access to your people.
Kwanzaa is like renewing your annual membership to community, to your family, to your culture, and most importantly, to yourself.
Kwanzaa is expressed throughout the world now by people of African heritage who want to have that cultural connectiveness.
These are principles of what we're supposed to be doing 365, you know what I mean, and how we treat each other and how we look at the world. We did not petition or ask for permission to celebrate. We did it by Kujichagulia, self-determination. We determined that this was good for us. We determined that we were going to celebrate it.
People without knowledge of its past is like a tree without roots. People who don't know their history, that don't know where they came from, definitely can't figure out where they're going.
That is our task, you know, to know our past and honor it, and to imagine our good future and to forge it.
Through Kwanzaa and through the 7 principles, you teach the next generation to elevate themselves.
It's your world. Your time to tell the world how you feel about this world and what you're going to do for yourself. It's really up to you to save your own self.
You are the best we have. You are all we have. You are what we have become. It is time to remember.
It is not merely a holiday. It is a statement about a people, where they were going, and where they continue to go.
All right. I see. All right, beautiful, beautiful. So I hope that we have the Zambia group, but I'm gonna say a few words and we're gonna do a little exercise. I wanted to show everybody, I'm sorry, I don't have the candles here, but this is called a Kanara. This is my Kanara. I've had it for several years, so it's not a new one, but you know, you don't have to have a new Kanara every year. You can keep your old one. So, and this is the candle. So each year we light the candles, starting with the first one, the black one. And I believe, okay, and we go to the right, to the red one. I'm sorry, to the left, to the red one on the second day. So the second day we would be lighting the Kujichagulia candle today. And then we continue on to the third day, continue on the same side all the way to the end. And then we start on the other side of the Kanara. So that's how it's done. Each and every day you relight the black candle each and every day. So I want to say something about the 7 principles, and we're going to do a little song so, you know, everybody here can remember the words. So the first day of Kwanzaa was Umoja. So I want everybody to repeat after me. Emoja, Emoja, celebrate Emoja. Now you.
Umoja, Umoja,
Celebrate Umoja. Okay, y'all get better. All right. Kujichagulia, Kujichagulia, celebrate Kujichagulia. You.
Kujichagulia, Kujichagulia, celebrate
Kujichagulia.
We need Kim.
All right, yes, we need Kim. Kim,
lead us.
All right, she's coming. All right, Ujima, Ujima, celebrate Ujima.
Ujima,
Ujima, celebrate
Ujima. All right. Nia, Oh, Nia, celebrate Nia.
Nia,
Nia, oh Nia,
Nia,
celebrate,
celebrate
oh
Nia.
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 Great, great, great. All right. Kuumba, Kuumba, celebrate Kuumba.
Kuumba, kuumba, celebrate kuumba.
All right. And the final one is Imani, which means faith. I'm sorry, I didn't say what they mean, but so last one is Imani, Imani, celebrate Imani.
Imani, Imani, celebrate Imani.
All right, we gonna get on tune, but thank you all. But so definitely, I certainly appreciate that. That's a exercise that I've seen done at several Kwanzaas. I've participated in Kwanzaas. Sometimes it's like, man, especially in the DC Kwanzaas, Washington DC area, or the Baltimore area. Sometimes I'm back and forth participating like all day. Sometimes I'm not doing anything else but Kwanzaa's all day. So this is different. I feel blessed to be a part of this international movement. But I wanted to just say something about self-determination, Kujichagulia, and I went to a international definition, and this is what I found. I wanted to read a little bit. It says, essentially, the right of self-determination is a right of a people to determine its own destiny. In particular, the principle allows a people to choose its own political status and determine its own form of economic, cultural, and social development. Uh, Exercise of this right result in a variety of different outcomes, ranging from political independence to full integration within the state. The importance lies in the right to choose. So, officially, the Kwanzaa definition of Kujichagulia, self-determination, is to define ourselves, name ourselves, create for ourselves, and speak for ourselves. And why is this essential? When other people have these preconceived notions about who you are and who we are and what we stand for, they're operating out of their own ignorance. That we must understand that we have a long history, although we know that there are many great empires and many people had many disagreements, battles, and wars. There wasn't this renaming and destroying cultures and destroying identities, destroying our more ways, four ways, and our belief systems. So we as a self-determining people have to ask ourselves, what do we need to return back to the sender, shall I say? Now that physical bondage has ended in some places, and I say some places because we know in parts of Sudan and Libya and here in even in the United States, there was a book called Slavery by Another Name. Uh, and you all can look it up. It's on YouTube, and talk about how Black Americans from the Civil War to, that was probably about 1863, to World War II, which was 1930s, uh, Blacks were still under these conditions of servitude. And so we have to, certainly recognize that and understand that, there are forces out here that attempts to define us and create conditions to where we're not able to have our self-determination. But we don't have to go back that far. Uh, they created a system called Jim Crow, and there's a new book out called The New Jim Crow. And uh, we understand that the 13th Amendment in the United States was started to create a condition where if you committed a felony, you are still classified as a slave. So as we expand our self-determination, we must look at how we define ourselves, our definitions about who we are, and that creates our consciousness. Consciousness creates our identity. Identity creates our behavior. Behavior creates our actions and inactions towards what we are and how we position ourselves in the world. So with that, self-determination is a strong foundation for our thoughts. One of the most liberating things for me, and I appreciate Sister Mariam spoke about the name, was my adoption of my African name. I knew that regardless of what obstacles that were thrown at me in life, there's nothing anyone could do to me that they haven't already created the environment for me to fail. And so, and next, I say during the 70s, expanding our language. Many conscious and cultural Black people here in the United States, it was a part of the movement and then we were encouraged to study Kiswahili. So I was pleased to go to Tanzania. It was a blessing to go and learn. And I understand that even in many of the traditions of Kwanzaa, some of the words actually, there's a new dialect of some of the words, like we would say jumbo here. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's mambo. Is that now? Or, so I'm really going to have to get into the understanding of what that, the changes and the variances of words that we use here in terms of our Swahili. So that's all I'm going to say. It's been beautiful. And we have one further group. Are we up, Angela, with that? For the
Brother Haki, let me check. I don't think I received the file from them as yet.
But as you look for that, I'll just mention this: the Yumo Koshi Cultural Ensemble. They are from the Zambia. They're from Zambia. And Sister Odelia, you want to say anything? You all quiet here. Unmute if you want to.
Yes, I know. I'm just, how can I say? I'm excited to hear you speak Swahili.
Thank you.
So excited that, the 7 principles are Swahili words. So the Swahili speakers here really feel at home. And we are very open to teach you Swahili, Sister Maria.
Beautiful. Yes.
So the people who want to learn Swahili, they can always go to the African school, and you can, register if you want to know just the basic Swahili that will guide you. Once you know the basic Swahili, you can learn the rest, by yourself. I am pleased to have everybody here again. And especially people from the African continent, we are still learning. We are still learning about this Kwanzaa. And what was going through my mind is that, especially Sister Miriam said she is so proud of her African name. I'm also very proud of my African name, but I became proud of it later. And I just realized that how we people from the African continent take for granted the culture that we live in, the names that we have. Sometimes we even want to hide those names and use the English names. We really don't, we take it for granted. And to see our brothers and sisters in the diaspora craving for this culture, craving for the languages, craving for the names, the African names that we're taking for granted on the African continent. It really breaks my heart. And I think whatever we learn here, I remember we invited Professor Lumumba. If you can just Google him, he's a very well-known professor on the continent. Yes. And he was telling us that you are preaching to the converted. So all these things we know about, the names, the culture, the history, we really need to go to the continent and say, hey, be proud of your name, be proud of your culture, be proud of your history, use it, and guard it jealously. This is one thing that I came to learn, especially when I joined my brothers and sisters in the diaspora. And it really changed my mind. It changed my mind, how I think. And it just revealed a lot to me. And the more I started integrating with my fellow brothers and sisters in the diaspora, the more I realized the impact of the robbery of identity and culture. So we, as the sisters and brothers from the continent, we really want to extend our hand and just, be generous in sharing this culture. And we are very grateful for you people from the America who are also guiding us in this Kwanzaa, because it is something new to us and we are learning, and I believe we are going to develop it and bring it really to every part of the country in Africa. So we are very grateful for that. Yeah.
Hey, beautiful, beautiful. So, yeah, well, I appreciate that elaboration, and I see Ishmael put the box for the Swahili courses, the website on there. If you have it, you can give it out, Sister Delia. So, but we have what 10 more minutes. Unfortunately, we thought we were going to have the Zambia performance, so we are working on that. Uh, but I think they may kick us off if we're not done by 3 o'clock. So, Angela, you can confirm that. But
And
if
Haki,
anybody, yes.
yeah, sorry, you have a question.
Okay,
I believe
sure. That's
Mariam
what I
has her hand
want
up.
to get to. Okay, great. Shoot for Mariam and Jerry. If anybody else would like to chime in and ask any of the speakers, Brother King Teasdale, Sister Mariam, or myself, and Kim is, yeah, she's somewhere around. Teaching Artists Institute. I want you all to share, like on a Facebook page this event, and get ready for us in South Africa and Tanzania as well. So we are coming. So yes, Sister Mariam.
Hi, Haki, I would just like to remind you the importance of your name. I'm not sure if you're aware, but your name and today's reference of Kwanzaa, today's topic theme for Kwanzaa, is all about your name. Because when you talk in Swahili of haki, haki means the right, to have a right. So today, actually all about you, haki ya kuchagua, the right to choose. So kuchagulia is the same as haki. You say haki, but in Swahili we say haki. Haki. I have the right. In Swahili we would say nina haki. I have the right. So for all our brothers and sisters abroad who are thinking, I always thought they might have a feeling that we forgot about them, that we never came for them, that kind of feeling. It's not that we didn't come for you or you have no right to be back in Africa. It's a choice. You have the right to return home. Nobody has to tell you that. If you're going to fight for any right on any continent that you are on abroad, on other than the motherland, know that you have the right. It's your haki to return home. It's your haki to build your home. So chagua, to return home. Jichagulie, kujichagulia. Choose to come home. It's your right. It's your haki. So remember that. Every time we're going to celebrate Kwanzaa, remember day 2 is all about you, haki. That's what your name means, the right to choose. This is your day, so you should be shining like
Thank you.
today. It is your right. And this is for every other person outside there, not back home or has no family in Africa. You have the right to return home. Nobody has to tell you that. And once you're home, you will see, like you saw in Tanzania, everyone treats you like you've never left. Like you've always been there. So I just wanted to share that with you. You have the right, Haki. You should all be called Haki there in America. Just so you remember. Just so you remember, you have the right to return home. Not the right to build in America, not the right to build in Europe. You have the right to build back home in Africa.
Wow, beautiful. So Angela, how we gonna? We got another 7 minutes, or I don't know how they're gonna kick us off here. But thank you, Ishmael and Anna, Odelia. Any closing, or we can talk about the next few Kwanzaas that we have coming up tomorrow, and that's we're gonna have a major one with the Philadelphia. Up in Philadelphia with WURD as well. And thank you, Angela, for making that connection. So I see Marcelin is on. You, Dr. Marcelin, would you like to come in and say anything, sir? Oh, he just behind the scenes today. If anybody just want to make that offer, anybody else? Angela, you see anybody? I don't know where Kim is, or anybody else?
She's there. I'll say a few words.
Okay, beautiful.
Yeah, thank you to the family. And I think it's very exciting that us as a diaspora has come together to recognize something that we created and that wasn't imposed upon us from the system. The fact that we have, brothers and sisters from Africa, of African descent, from Europe, from the States, from Africa. I mean, that's a bold statement here in 2020 as we're going into 2021, where there's just a lot of separation, a lot of tribalism, a lot of division taking place in a world that, would have us just be alone and isolated. So I think that this is really a power move of self-determination on our part as a family, as a global African family. So I'm very excited about Kuji and all the other principles that not only are we highlighting this week, coming into not just a new year, but a new decade. We're ending a decade and crossing over into a whole new decade. And so may we, have these principles in our hearts and our daily lives as we, just overcome the environments and terrains that we're in. So thank you, Brother Haki. I know we've had a little bit of issues with our performances. That's part of the course of dealing, with business and dealing with culture on the continent. Sometimes technology isn't the best. So for those of us who have access to resources, we also have an opportunities to be self-determined and build some of our own technical infrastructure so that we're able to, bring efficient and effective programming around the globe. So thanks, Brother Haki, for a fantastic job. We have about 4 minutes if there's any Q&A or any comments. And if we're able to, I see some people coming in, if we're able to load up the performance, we will. Otherwise, we will defer it to another day this week.
Get those performances one of these days. We're gonna have to. Well, we are doing some extended ones as well. Kwanzaa, we're gonna go more than an hour, my understanding, for one of these. So hopefully, we'll get both of those performances. Definitely the Zambia group. So
maybe talk about what's coming up tomorrow.
Yes, that's what I would like to know. The agenda for the rest of the week, that would be fantastic if we can actually have that uploaded.
Yes, well, we will definitely get that to you if Kim can say something. If not, but we definitely will get that out to you and to the group at a proper time. She's going to be working diligently right after this to get the rest of the schedule out. So we'll definitely get that to you real soon, and everybody on this. And we have so many amazing people that know how to get the word out. So Odelia, I'm sorry, were you about to say something?
Yes. Well, I'll refer to Odelia. Odelia, were you up next?
Oh yeah, just very short. People are asking whether we are going to use the same link because there was a small confusion. So
right.
I can chime in on that. Yeah, the link that went out today will be good for the rest of the programming for the rest of the week. So we can use that same link that we use for today.
Yeah.
Yes. So again, on behalf of the Teaching Artists Institute, I just want to thank you guys for understanding the importance of self-determination beyond the individual. We are socialized in the diaspora to be individuals. They tell us that I'm a movement by myself. They tell us, me, myself, and I, all of these catechisms and phrases that reinforce in our minds this sense of individualism. But true self-determination in the context of Kwanzaa means us recognizing Ubuntu. I am because we are. The self is not about an individual in the African worldview. Self is collective. And it took all of us to make sure that today's celebration and acknowledgement of Kujichagulia took place. So I thank all of you for being a part of our self-determination And again, on behalf of the Teaching Artists Institute, we say tie up, tie tight. And I thank you for being a part of our fabric, the Tie family fabric.
Thank you, Kim. I think we have one more question or comment, and I guess we can take that before we leave. If you can, yep, this is Ujima. Go ahead.
Yes.
You have the floor.
Okay. So blessings to all of you from Baltimore, Maryland. And I just wanted to kind of help round it out by reading something from a card that I thought was really lovely about pulling together. And it says, Harambe, when the spider webs unite, they can tie up a lion. Harambe. The rain comes gently and fills the river to overflowing. Harambe. United we stand. Harambe. One family, one blood. Harambe. The community is more important than the individual. Harambe. I am because we are, and because we are, I am. Harambe. Collective word and responsibility. Harambe. Two birds disputed over a kernel, and a third flew away with it. Harambe. Cooperative economics, save the children, and unity now. Pamoja Tudashinda. Do you know what that means?
Together we shall win.
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the work that all of you are doing. It was beautiful today. I appreciate it so much.
Thank you,
well
sis.
translated.
Yeah. All right. So Haki, closing words, or I can.
Well, I'll see everybody tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you. It's been beautiful.
Thank you, Aki.
Yes,
right.
thank you, Delia. Pleasure, everybody.
It's been an honor indeed. It's been more than an honor.
King.
You know, back in Baltimore, if we were all together, we would be doing 7 Harambes, y'all. So can we close out with that?
That's right. That's right. Let's do it.
All right, unmute.
Okay. On the count, Haki, you can give the count.
All right. Harambe.
Harambe.
Harambe. Harambe. Harambe. Harambe. Harambe.
Harambe.
Yes.
I got the count right there. All right, thank you.
All right, tomorrow, 2 o'clock, right? Is it 2 o'clock?
2 p.m. Same time.
Okay. All
Peace
right.
and blessings.